Now, let's do communication true or false. Let's go ahead and bust some myths that are out there regarding communication. True or false? Communication is a psychosocially simple process. This is actually false, because communication is quite complex. If you think about the transactional nature of communication, that we are both simultaneously sending and receiving messages constantly, then you understand that communication isn't that simple. At any point, there could be miscommunication because there are so many different influences that could affect the communication process. There could be noise that interferes with the communication process. Maybe your frame of reference is different from somebody else's frame of reference. Maybe your code is an incompatible code for the person you're sending your message out to. Maybe your channel is an inappropriate channel. There are so many different pieces to this. I don't think you could call it simple. It's quite complex. True or false? I've been communicating my entire life. Therefore, I already know everything about communication. This is false. We are not born effective communicators. In a perfect world, maybe we would be. But think about it. Babies don't come out of the womb perfectly able to have conflict management skills. There are adults who still don't have the best conflict management skills and who still have that bad communication. True or false? Good communication solves all problems. False. Communication is not a cure-all. There are just some times where the problem is not going to be fixed, even when you communicate. Now, I would say maybe most problems could be fixed with good communication, but there are definitely those times where you have to agree to disagree. Wouldn't it be great if everyone could just get along and see eye to eye? Well, that's not going to happen. Again, there are just some things we agree differently on. There are some things where maybe you want it one way and the other person wants it a different way. And to jeopardize your beliefs or your values for it wouldn't be worth it. In this case, it wouldn't cure the situation. True or false? Meanings are in words, so as long as I say the one right word, my communication will be perfect. False. Communication is quite contextual. Keep in mind that the context is going to shape the situation, so there can't be just one right word. There may be several different options based on the person, or you may have to adapt to the different people that are involved in the same context. True or false? All communication is good. False. Not all communication is good communication. Think about those times when you get into an argument and you call someone a mean name. That wasn't good communication. Keep in mind there is even a dark side to interpersonal communication. Things such as emotional abuse or even physical abuse are definitely concepts of bad communication. True or false? The quality of my words is more important than how many words are used. True. So the quantity, the amount, does not equal quality. If you've ever had someone just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they thought, if I just keep talking, you'll agree with me. If I just keep talking, you'll see it my way. If I just keep talking, you'll be quiet. And maybe you actually end up getting quiet. But all that talking, the quantity, didn't really help the situation. Maybe having better quality conversations would have actually improved it overall. True or false? When there's a communication breakdown, I can choose to not communicate with someone. False. Communication is inevitable. Remember, communication is so much more than just talking. You can see in the picture in front of you that you have these two people who are crossing their arms and putting their hands on their heads, very frustrated looking with each other. While they're not talking, their body reactions to each other shows that they're probably really, really angry with each other. And guess what? No words have to be said. That's all communicated non-verbally. True or false? I can always successfully take back what I say to someone. False. Communication is irreversible and unrepeatable. You can always ask for forgiveness, but you can't put the words back in your mouth. You can't hop on a time machine and make that one bad thing you said disappear forever. You can't even repeat the good moments in life. Those couples out there who try to recreate the first date, even though they've been married for 10 years. Yeah, asking, honey, let's go create a first date, and you go out, go to the same restaurant, try to have the same waiter, order the same food. Maybe, if you have really great memories, have the same conversation. But that conversation won't feel the same. What do you like to do on the weekend has completely different meanings on the first date than 10 years after you've married somebody. True or false? I can learn how to improve my communication. This is true. Communication is learnable. There wouldn't really be a need for speech communication or any other communication course if communication was not learnable. At times, we learn the bad things to do when it comes to our communication. Sometimes communication is just good common sense. And we wonder, well, why doesn't everyone else get this? And sometimes communication is counterintuitive. The thing that we think would be the right move isn't always the right move. So we have to learn, well, what's appropriate? What's the right thing to do in how we communicate? So, did any of those surprise you? Probably a few did, but if you got them all right, congratulations! At this point, you've busted all of the myths. You know way more about communication.